Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. A little bit different video this week. We're going to just pull back the curtain on our life a little bit. We're out of our home state, down in our birth state of Arizona, where for until 20 years ago we lived our lives. I wanted to just show you a little bit about the backdrop here. And if you've never seen the Sonoran Desert, we're going to give you just a couple little things here. Well, as you can kind of see around in the background, the desert is a large place and the vistas are way out there. You can see mountains way off in the distance, a lot of different plant life. And because the desert is such a dynamic place that is based so much on water, it changes very rapidly. So if you look around at the ground around me, it looks like we just got a bunch of dry sticks and weeds growing around. Well, let me tell you, a month ago, this place looked really differently. See all of that yellow, all that beautiful blooming going on, and some of the purple bushes that are in this, that was all right here about 30 days ago. It's mid-May right now, and so you can see as the moisture wicks off, things change really quickly. But I want to show you just some of the plants that both Maggie, who by the way is behind the camera today, and I grew up around. Just the types of things that are a lot different than northern Utah where you see us film now, where you see a lot of different plants. Well, one of them is this little dude right here, which by the way, can get quite sizable. We knew this growing up as either a greasewood or a creosote bush. And I'll tell you, when there is a spring rainfall and these get moist, the aroma is incredible. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a sharp, sweet, fresh air scent, but they're absolutely beautiful as a backdrop plant, and they're well adapted to the desert. So right now you're seeing just a little bit of yellow bloom, but again, about a month ago on these were polluted as well with bloom, and you can see that they had germinated or actually been pollinated, excuse me, so that you can see all of these little pods that are going as well. And the leaves, it gives you a little bit of a scale. This was a common bush that we grew up around. You can also see off in the background, leaning off over there is a barrel cactus. And these cactus have some very large hooks in them that I'll show you what one of them looks like a little up close. This is one that's been pulled off, that fell off on the ground. And as you can see, that's a pretty doggone sharp thorn. And so they're not to be messed with, but they have been the salvation of many a pioneer that was out here that could get water out of them by cutting a wedge, sucking the water out of the piece. I've actually done it as a kid, or chewing some of that meat and then putting the plug back in afterwards and letting the cactus go happily on its way, as it were. So that's another thing that we are used to seeing. There's other cactus that's out here, or cactus type succulents such as agave plants, prickly pear, jumping cactus, etc. But let me show you another cool plant that is the tree that is one of the most common out here. And this one right here is a mesquite tree. And as you can see, it can have a shrubby type of growth habit, but they also can grow to be quite large, quite beautiful, and are very, very durable and provide much respite under them. They're very nice. Now, something I want to point out for you is the importance of what these plants are for pollinators. It's not uncommon in the desert to have lots of feral bees, honeybees. And these long pendants that form on the mesquite, there are actually green ones here as well. I'll see if I can find one. Oh, here's one right there. There's a green one, there's a baby one that's forming right there. They quickly turn to these yellow. This is an important both nectar and pollen source for the bees and other pollinators. Once these are fertilized, then you will get pods that start to form, and you can see them right here. These are juvenile right here. If we go a little bit to the left, you'll see more right here, more here, and so forth through the tree. Now, these are important because they are a forage food source for all sorts of animals that live out in the desert. So this is an important tree for many reasons. Pollinators, food source for mammals that live out here. Also reptiles will forage down underneath there, safety. And so they are an important thing, the mesquite tree. Now, one other tree we want to point out that's very important here is called the Palo Verde tree. And here you're seeing some photos, or a little bit of footage of what the Palo Verde tree looks like this time of year. It is in full bloom yellow. Now you're seeing them at the peak right now, and that'll quickly fall off, and what you've got is a green tree, which is why it's called Palo Verde, which actually means Verde is green, and Palo, it can mean stick or tree or shrub or those kind of things. So it's literally calling it a green tree or green plant or green stick or whatever it might be. So that's an important thing to know as well. Well, there you have a little bit of glimpse into our life, what we've lived here for a long time. We'll be back on our channel here shortly in the weeks that follow, and we'll keep you up to date with some of our adventures down here. Hey, thanks for watching today. If you found this to be entertaining or interesting, won't you like our channel? That helps us to keep producing these kind of videos and kind of walk you through our lives, the things that we get to enjoy and do. And it helps us to produce those other great videos about the home, the shop, the kitchen, and product reviews. Hey, until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay here in sunny Arizona.